Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and today we are going to continue our playthrough of Resident Evil. Now, I actually had a power failure between these episodes, so I tried to get back to relatively the same spot with relatively the same items. Unfortunately, I have no idea how I was able to get past those sharks without being bitten. Bitch, that's what you get for eating Richard. So Richard left behind the assault shotgun. I just don't know. I've never done it before, and I haven't been able to do it since. It's just one of those things where when I record, some weird thing always ends up happening. So anyway, this is the Shark Neptune, and you can actually shoot it to kill it, but that takes way too much ammo, and the best thing to do is to just electrocute it. Yeah, look at that. Shark fin soup, anyone? It's good stuff, actually. And I'm sure that would give us a lot. Oh, we're out of inventory room. Well, I'll use that little renegade there, bring me up to full. And we'll take the residence key, which actually is the gallery key. And away we go. Now, if you're playing Jill's playthrough, you actually get the assault shotgun a lot sooner. You get it when you fight the snake. Yawn. He eats her, or him, and he leaves it behind. Now, you won't get it, obviously, if you dicked around when he was poisoned. If he dies, you obviously won't get the assault shotgun then. And that sucks because it holds 10 bullets. I don't really think it's any more powerful than the previous one, but it just holds more ammo. So that'll come in handy. So we might as well just try to waste as many bullets that are in the other one as possible. Get up there, Chris, because there's no point in keeping it. Now we have so much inventory space available, or not available. We might as well go back to our item box and dump some of this off. And now we're back out in the hall. This reminds me of the sewer system where you fight the alligator in 2. It just kind of has that same feel to it, like something big was going to come out. But they trick ya. That's one of the greatest things I think about the Resident Evil games, is that it's not like Doom 3 where everything was so dark and you couldn't see nothing. Resident Evil has always been a game where it's well lit a lot of times, and it's just, that's the rooms that you gotta worry the most about, is the ones that you can see everything in. And that was one of the things that I think id should have done with the with Doom. So we're gonna head back to our item box because we need to explore another room first, and then we also need to exchange a whole bunch of stuff out because we have just so many spaces, obviously. And I want to apologize for the last video because I really didn't mean to talk on that topic for all 10 minutes, but I wanted to address it, and I hope everybody understands that. And while we're here, we might as well pick up the stuff that's on the shelf there, because there's a whole bunch of good stuff. So let's exchange all this out. Let's put these down by the Magnum. Let's just stick this up here for now. And let's grab the ink ribbons, and there's a flash grenade here as well. I love these flash grenades. They're so much better than the taser. And let's just drop the ink ribbons back off. No sense in keeping them with us. And just bring the handgun ammo. We're actually going to fight the next boss with the handgun, even though it'll probably take a little bit more time to do. But it's a smarter idea. You don't want to waste the shotgun shells necessarily on it. Now, also in the room where we got the suicide note and the self-defense gun, there's also some handgun ammo. Ooh, there's a giant spider up there too. On the desk with the thing, but I didn't bother picking that up because obviously I didn't have room for it. So what you need to do is you need to come over by these candles and light them. And you'll see that there's a symbol of an eye, and it's red. Now, are two others, and they all have symbols of an eye. The difference is the eyelashes, how many eyelashes that the particular thing has. And you want to be careful here because you don't want to get poisoned by the spider if you can avoid it. There's a lot of crap down here. There's some shotgun shells. Ooh, we're actually out of inventory space. There's a book, which is actually absolutely necessary. And there's a first aid box, which contains a mixture of a blue and a green herb. I don't know what was in the other one. I'll have to open that later. I think it's 2 greens. And now there's a green one here, which has 2 eyelashes, and the other one I believe is 3. So it's none, 2 and 3. And we lit a red and a green, and then there's a yellow up here, or orange. Actually, I think it's orange. No, I think it's actually yellow. Let's find out. Looks orange light. Yeah, it's orange. And that one's got 3 eyelashes. Now you come over to pool table, and you can see here that there are numbers that coordinate with each color. They're pool balls. So if you happen to know what pool balls are, then it makes it a lot easier. There's a spider up there too, so that's why I'm running away from it. They're obviously not very intelligent creatures, so we don't have to worry about them. Now there are 2 ways that you can do this next boss. One would be to mix the V-Jolt, and the second would be to just fight it straight on. Mixing the V-Jolt requires less ammunition, probably less healing items, but I prefer to just run and gun and do it the way I always do it, which is probably the way to get killed. So take with you book, 2 healing items should be sufficient, and any and all handgun ammo. If you really want, you could bring the other shotgun with you and use that, but the shotgun does not work very well from range, and most of this fight is going to take place at a relatively large distance. Almost got swatted by a vine. That wouldn't have been so cool. You could also save, which I would probably recommend if you haven't done this boss before. It's not the pushover it was in the original, though it's not necessarily all that difficult either, as long as you keep moving. But we'll get to that in a minute. There's still quite a bit that we need to do before that. So let's head into the gallery, shall we? Okay, there's some handgun bullets on the thing here. We'll grab those. You do need 1 inventory spot open to get the key to unlock 003, and you also need it to grab the insecticide off of this guy. We can't get any closer because there's a beehive in our way. There's a door right here which is locked with a numerical lock, which is the solution to the pool ball puzzle. But first we need to go take care of the beehive, and the easiest way to do that, the only way actually to do it, is to grab the map off the thing here, and there's a hole in the wall. Use the insecticide on the hole, and you can see the beehive withers away and dies. Some good stuff. Now we can explore this room without fear of being attacked by bees. Okay. Now, to my knowledge, the solution to this puzzle for the door is always the same. So, the 3-eyed one was the one up top, which was the yellow one, which is the 5-ball, I think. The one with no eyes was the one on the bottom, which was the red, which is 3. And then this would be the green one, which is 6. It's always yellow, green, red. So as long as you remember that, you should be able to coordinate the pool balls correctly, if you played pool and know what the colors are. And this is the residence key for 003, and that's a pretty good shot at a dead guy right there. No? Oh, okay. So now if you want to go to do the V-Jolt, you're more than welcome to. It works slightly different in this game than it would in the original, where normally you would have to do it regardless, and you do it as Rebecca, but they actually don't require you to do that anymore. You can just fight it normally. So now you have to make um, you have to exchange all these books. So the best way to do this is you need to do the legs on the left, face on the right. So it's actually relatively simple to do this. It doesn't require a whole lot of know-how. You should be able to exchange 2 books each time to get this going correctly. And it should only be done in 3 moves. Bam, done. Alright, so we are at the end of our rope here, at the end of the episode. So we are going to stop it here. So thank you for tuning in. This is Resident Evil, Chris's playthrough.